gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
Really wanted to just take a moment to acknowledge the tragic death of the 10-year-old child who was killed in Ward 7. It's very tragic. Preliminary investigations basically are indicating that it was an accident where a gun went off in the house, and now a 10-year-old is no longer with us. This comes right in the fire on the heels of next week, where Ohio will be a free-for-all for everyone, not being required to have any gun training, but you can have possession of a gun.
You know, Tiffany, mistake or not, a young life has been lost. Now a family bearing the double burden of the shooting. The young boy brought here to Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, and if what one of them told me is true, another family member pulled the trigger.
The sister-in-law had the gun, and she just was looking at it.
Deadly consequences after the mishandling of a gun. It's happened before. Regrettably, it will happen again. This time, the shooting death of 10-year-old Cayden Williams in this house on East 77th Street, the St. Clair Superior Avenue community. 12:30 this morning.
The fallout from last night, I'm quite sure he's deceased.
That worst possible news confirmed by the medical examiner's office to me this afternoon.
She didn't mean it, you know, it just was an accident.
James Power is his little Cayden's great uncle. He told 19 News what happened and gave us this picture. Predictably, he's heartbroken.
Like, before we knew it, she didn't even have the gun, not even a minute, and he just went off.
A bullet from the gun struck Cayden in his head. He was rushed to UH Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospitals for treatment. He didn't make it. What kind of young man was he?
Oh man, he was real smart, like technologically savvy, fiery kid. Like he wouldn't push over. He's just smart. I hadn't seen a 10-year-old that had that much, you know, common sense or knowledge. Like he was exceptional.
We will never find out what he might have been. His life cut way too short, with all of his blessings and potential lost forever in a split second.
And before we knew it, pow, it was a boop type noise. Couldn't hear for a second. Then my niece came downstairs frantic, like just hysterical, and we was like, "Oh yeah, it's just a gun," you know. No, he had got hit.
We better understand why that aunt came running downstairs after the shot was fired. A mishandled firearm discharged downstairs. The slug went through the ceiling, ricocheted off a mirror, and struck the 10-year-old in his head in the bedroom where he was. Now, that aunt has been arrested. I'm Harry Boomer.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
A tragic story from Cleveland. The family of a 10-year-old boy killed last night says his aunt accidentally shot him.
The bullet traveled into an upstairs bedroom where Cayden Williams was playing with his cousin. January Keaton has this story.
When we met Cayden Williams' uncle James Powell today, he told us he's still in shock.
I don't even know how to feel because I haven't processed it all myself.
James says his 10-year-old nephew Cayden was in an upstairs bedroom yesterday afternoon at this East 77th Street home near Donald Avenue when an aunt downstairs accidentally fired a gun into the living room ceiling. A cousin was showing the family an extended Glock clip that he recently legally purchased.
It wasn't even a minute before she had it in her hand and just pow. And all you heard was doo. It was so loud. It was boo. Yeah, boo.
The bullet traveled through the floor of the bedroom Cayden was in upstairs, striking him in the head. A 15-year-old cousin upstairs with Cayden at the time ran downstairs to tell the family Cayden had been hit.
She came down hysterically, frantically, like we thought it was just because of the gunshot. And come to figure out, man, he got hit.
Cayden was struck in the side of the head. His mother, Courtney, ran upstairs and called police. Cayden, her only child, was rushed to Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, but died late last night. Across the street, neighbor Kim is in disbelief.
It's sad. It's real sad. It's sad and it's just heartbroken.
Cayden's uncle says the family is riddled with questions and regret.
It's a lot of guilt. It's a lot of finger pointing.
Now, the aunt has been arrested in this shooting, but no word on what she's faced with as far as charges go. Police continue to investigate this one. Now, Uncle James described Cayden as one of the smartest kids he's ever met. He could hold intelligent conversation with adults, and he said that will be what he misses most about the little boy. We will, of course, keep you updated on this one. Russ.
Yeah, sad beyond words. All right, January, thank you.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.